Hello, good evening to everyone. So I'm here to solve the given problems at our FB page, okay? And of course, I'll be adding two more problems, okay? So I think ang problema in solving these trigonometric problems is how you represent the illustration. Okay, so I know you know how to solve using yung sine, cosine, tangent, basic formulas, and theorem. The problem is when you illustrate the problem, doon nagkakamali. Okay? So now we're going to try to solve a problem and kindly comment below if there are parts of the problem that you didn't understand. Okay? So I'll be sharing the problems that I gave and try to see if you got the correct illustration and solution. Okay, so first problem states, hopefully you could see the share tray. Okay, so the first problem states that Mark is flying a kite and realizes that 300 feet of string is out. Okay, I would repeat that. Mike is flying a kite. Mark, sorry. Sorry na pangalan ko. Okay, Mark is flying a kite and realizes that 300 feet of string is out. Okay, the angle of the string with the ground is 42 degrees. How high is Mark's kite above the ground? So meaning parang yung string is nasa ground siya. Okay? So let's try to illustrate the problem. So intindihin mo natin yung problem. Ito yung part na nagkakamali. Okay? So ang nakalagay kasi, uh, Mark was flying a kite. So yung string, so remember yung string is yung 300 feet. So that means from his hand or from the ground until dun sa kite, that is yung 300 feet. Okay? And merong angle na 42 degrees. Okay? With the ground. Okay? So dapat dun sa lupa and the string. That is the illustration. Okay? So I'll move the share tray para ma-drawing natin. Okay? So let's say you have your ground here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So let's say the pamo. Okay. So then you have a kite. Let's draw a kite. Let's say that's a kite. Okay. So the string that was out is 300 feet. Yan, okay? So, this measures 300 feet. So, yun yung nakalabas na. Okay? So, we could form a triangle. Okay? Let's make a vertical line here. Okay? So, this is 90 degrees. Okay? Now, there's a given angle of 42 degrees. Let me just check if I'm right. Okay, 42 degrees with the ground. So, yung string daw and the ground makes an angle of 42 degrees. Okay, so meaning, your angle should be here. Okay, this is 42 degrees. So, meron lang pwede magkamali if nilagay mo doon. So, that is not yung location ng angle mo kasi sabi niya with the ground. So, dapat nasa lupa siya. Okay? So, ang tinatanong is how high? Am I right? How high? Okay, so gaano daw kataas sa ground? So, ito yon yung vertical distance niya. So, meaning gaano daw na kalayo yung kite sa ground. So, itong part na to. This is what we're looking for here. So, this is your height. Okay, so in analyzing what formula to use, sine, cosine, or tangent, so like I said, ano ba yung given and what is required, okay, for you to determine what formula to use, okay, what function, sorry, to use, okay? So, we have your angle here, given your angle, and then you're given 300 feet. Now, 300 feet here is the hypotenuse of a triangle. Okay, kasi siya yung pinakamahaba and it's opposite your 90-degree angle. So, that means that is your hypotenuse. So, that is your hypotenuse. Okay. So, ano bang hinahanap natin? What are we looking for in the problem? Hinahanap natin yung height. Okay. So, what side itong height? Sa 42 degrees. Okay. So, height here is the opposite side of 42 degrees. Therefore, you're looking for the opposite. I repeat, you have your angle, 42 degrees. You have your hypotenuse, 300 feet. And anong hinahanap is yung opposite side. So, hypotenuse and opposite side, so that is function using sine ang gagamitin natin sa pag-solve. Okay? So, sine of 42 degrees is equal to opposite side. So, sine is opposite over adjacent. Okay? Remember yung mga formulas. Opposite here is your height. And your hypotenuse is your value of 300 feet. Yun. So, isolating natin yung height, magko-cross multiply siya. Height, therefore, is equal to sine of 42 degrees multiplied by 300 feet. So your height now, okay, let me just, hopefully you can see it below. Parang hindi na nakikita. Okay. I'll place it here. Okay. Height now is equal to, so that is sine of 42 degrees. Sine of 42 degrees multiplied by 300 feet. So it's 200.74 feet. Okay. So your height is 200, and let me check again. Yes, 200.74. So that is the height of the kite from the ground. So yun yung taas niya. Okay, so I think maliwanag naman to, hindi siya ganun complicated. Okay, so just using sign. What's important lang is you know where to place the angle. Nakalagay naman is with the ground. So dapat yung angle mo is dito siya sa baba kasi ground ang sabi niya sa reference ng problem. Okay, so that's problem number 1. Kindly check your answer if you solve that problem sa FB page. Okay, so let's share again. Okay. So problem number 2 states, a 20-foot ladder rests against a wall. Okay, nakasandal daw sa pader. If the base of the ladder is 7 feet, wait, can see. Okay, 7 feet from the wall. If the base of the ladder is 7 feet from the wall, okay, what angle does the ladder make with the ground? So with the ground na naman. Okay, repeat the problem. A 20-foot ladder rests against a wall. Okay, nakasandal sa pader. The base of the ladder, o yung paanan niya, is 7 feet from the wall. What angle does the ladder make with the ground? Okay, so let's remove the share tray and let's try to illustrate the problem. Okay, so meron kang, okay, sa ground muna tayo, no? Tas ko ng konti. So you have your ground here. You have your wall. This aluminum ruler is quite slippery. Okay, so this is your ground. Okay, and this is your wall. Okay, now you have a ladder resting against the wall. So meron kang ladder dito. Nasandal siya sa pader. Okay. So your ladder has a length of 20 feet. Okay. So meron siyang length na 20 feet. So this is 20 feet. Okay, that is the length of your ladder. Okay, and then it says that it has a distance, the base now of the ladder has a distance of 7 feet with the wall. Yun, okay? So kung itong kabila, this is the tip of the ladder with the ground. Okay, tip to ground. Now, pinag-usapan is base to wall. So dito dapat yung 7 feet mo. So meaning, if you would draw your 7 feet or you would designate the 7 feet, mali na yung sagot mo. Okay, kasi iba yung pwesto niya. Okay, so maliwanag naman sa problem, yung paanan ng hagdanan mo at yung pader. So ito dapat siya. Yan. So this is your 7 feet. Okay. Now, sabi niya, it makes an angle with the ground. Okay, so if dito yung angle mo sa taas, wait, I'll just see what's the value of the angle. What angle? Yun ang hinahanap. Okay, what angle does it make with the ground? Okay, so yun pala hinahanap with it. Okay, so kung ito yung de-designate mo, ito yung angle mo with the wall. Okay, now hinahanap niya is your angle with the ground. Okay, so dapat dito yung angle mo. So pag ito i-solve mo, mali ka na. Kasi you're solving the angle of the ladder with the wall, not the ladder with the ground. So hinihingi niya is with the ground. So yung sa baba ang solve natin. So let's designate that angle as theta. So theta. Okay. Now, ano ba yung meron o hinahanap muna? Muna tayo sa angle, no? Hinahanap yung angle. Okay. And then you have your 7 feet here. 7 feet here is the adjacent side of your angle. So 7 is adjacent of theta. Therefore, that is your adjacent side. Okay, and then of course, 20 feet here is your hypotenuse kasi pinakamahabang side siya. And it's opposite your 90-degree angle. Okay, so now, angle, adjacent, and your hypotenuse. So that is adjacent hypotenuse, you'll be using cosine, or will be using cosine to solving this problem. Okay, so cosine of your angle, which is theta, is equal to your adjacent side, which is 7 feet, and hypotenuse, which is 20 feet. So magkakancel yung unit of feet. So ang may tira sa'yo actually is yung angle, is degree, minutes, and seconds, and so on. Okay, so theta now, so moving cosine to the other side of the equation, it becomes cosine raised to -1 or arc cosine 7 divided by 20. Okay, so I think I discussed how to compute for the angle. Okay, so let's try to solve. That is cosine or shift cosine, arc cosine, -1. So 7 divided by 20. Close equals and degree. Okay, so the angle now is 69 degrees, 30 minutes, and 45.67 seconds. Okay, so that's the value of this angle here. The angle the ladder makes with the ground. Okay, so I repeat now, this angle here is the angle that the ladder makes with the wall, while this one is the angle that the ladder makes with the ground. So hinarap natin is yung ground, so ito yung susunod. Okay, so if you're confused with how it is solved, so you could repeat the video naman. Okay, so next, let's go to problem number 3. Now, this one, I wasn't able to give this on our page, so try to understand it. Okay. Okay, number 3. From the top of a cliff, okay, from the top of a cliff, 250 feet high. Okay, the angle of depression of a boat is 10 degrees. How far out is the boat from the foot of the hill? So it's easy enough to understand. Sa ibabaw daw ng cliff mo, ang taas ng cliff is 250 feet, merong angle of depression ng isang boat, which is the boat should be nasa dagat siguro siya, okay, na 10 degrees. So how far out is the boat from the foot of the hill? Okay, now remember, angle of depression and angle of elevation. Depression is mababa ang tingin mo, while yung elevation is pataas yung tingin mo. Okay, so remove the share tray and we'll try to illustrate the problem. Okay, so actually, they're the same. Remember, pag ang basis mo is yung eyesight, so it should be horizontal. So halimbawa, ito yung eyesight mo, let's say ito yung mata mo, ito yung line of sight mo, pag pababa, that is your angle of depression. Okay. So pag pataas siya, that is your angle of elevation. So meaning palagi ka dapat merong horizontal reference. Okay. So now, tingnan natin, sabi niya depression. Okay. So, gawa tayo ng cliff. So, hindi naman kailangan tuwid dito. Okay, so parang rugged siguro yan. Cliff yan, okay? So, bato-bato. And maybe there's vegetation up here. Okay, so ito yung cliff mo. Yan, okay? And then, syempre, pag may cliff ka, of course, ito yung water mo. So, let's see. Okay, so there's a boat here. Patay ng small sailboat. Okay. So now, sabi niya, angle of depression daw is 10 degrees. Okay, so from the top of a cliff, papunta dun sa boat mo, meron kang angle of depression na 10 degrees. Now, ito yon. Remember, hindi ito ang 10 degrees. That is not the angle of depression. Okay, so like I said, dapat meron kang horizontal reference. Okay, I'll repeat yung kanina. Kung ito yung line of sight mo, ito yung angle of depression. Ibig sabihin, base siya sa horizontal. Yung angle of elevation mo naman, base rin sa horizontal. So, hindi pwede ito kasi binase mo yan dito, which is not horizontal. Dito mo binase, which is vertical. Hindi tama. Okay? So, saan yung 10 degrees? Okay? Ang 10 degrees nasa ibabaw. Okay? So, ito yung angle of depression mo, sorry. So, this is your horizontal reference. Yan, horizontal. Nandito ngayon yung 10 degrees. Okay, clear ha? So, doon yung 10. Kasi meron ka dapat horizontal reference. Pag dito mo siya nilagay, hindi siya naka-base sa isang horizontal, naka-incline yung basis niya. Kung dito mo naman binase, lalo nang hindi pwede, that is vertical, hindi horizontal yung basis niya. Okay? So, doon sa taas yung 10. Okay? Now, to solve this problem, you could extend ito. Dalawang klase pwede pang solve. Okay? So, pwede mo so, you could extend this one. Yun, pwede extend mo na ganyan. Okay. So, triangle pa rin to. 90 degrees pa rin yan. Okay, we have a right angle. So, remember, from here to here, yan. Okay. Meron siyang sukat na 250 feet ang sukat niya. Okay. So, medyo malabo yung red. Okay. So, pwede mo na i-solve yan kasi kung 250 to, 250 din to. Okay. Pareho lang naman sila. Okay, so that's one way of solving. So, ibig sabihin nun, pwede mo na ma-solve, kalagaw gano'n daw kalayo, may angle ka na, may opposite ka na, you're looking for the hypotenuse or yung distance. So, that's one way of solving natin kung pareho. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ulitin ko ha, you have your angle here, dito ka lang lagay sa taas, angle. You have your 250 na opposite side. Then you have your distance, itong hinahanap natin, which is your hypotenuse. So this is opposite hypotenuse, that is equal to sine. So sine of 10 degrees is equal to our opposite side, which is 250. Okay, so may feet pa siyang unit, no? So matitira yung feet kasi distance siya. Okay, divided by your distance. So cross multiply again, yun, palit sila. So d now is equal to sine of 10 degrees multiplied by 250 feet. So your unit is in feet. So distance is equal to sine of 10 degrees. Sine of 10 degrees multiplied by 50. So that is equal to 43.41 feet. Okay, double check. Okay. 43.41. Okay, I think there's a mistake. Okay, sorry. So it is, so this should be interchange. Okay, so I think you saw it, no? So if it is 43 feet, kita mo mali yung sagot eh. Kasi dapat ito yung longest side ng triangle. So nakita ko 43. So this is 250. Hindi pwede. 250 to, then for this 43. So hindi pwede. So maybe I made a mistake with the solution. So I think I did. So kailangan magpalit sila ng pwesto. So your D now is equal to 250 feet divided by sine of 10 degrees. Sine of 10. So, from observation, alam mo if your answer is correct or wrong, no? Kasi kung if I solved here the value of 43, parang imposible. 43 ito 250. Which is kita mo naman hypotenuse siya. That should be the longest side of the triangle. Okay? So, your D now is equal to 250 divided by sine of 10 degrees. Yun. So, it is 1,439.69. 1,439.69 feet. So that is the distance of the boat until the top of the cliff. So yun yung distance niya from here to here. Okay, now this one way of solving the problem. Okay, now yung isa pang solution is ganito siya. Okay, so ginamit natin yung triangle ngayon is yung nasa ibabaw. Okay, now pwede natin gamitin yung nasa ibaba. Okay, yan paano? So alam naman natin dito is 90 degrees. Yan, 90 degrees yan, di ba? So kung 90 yan, 10 nito, therefore this is equal to 80. I think natulong ko na sa angle analysis before. Okay? So kung 10 yon, 90 yan, this is 80 na kasi 90 total niya. Okay? Kung 80 to, siyempre this is 90 degrees, di ba? 90 yan. So 80 plus yung 90 mo dito, that is equal to 170. So alam naman natin na angles ng triangle, internal angles, are equal to 180 degrees. So, pinagahan mo. So, may 80 ka na doon, may 90 ka na doon, that is 170. Ibig sabihin, 10 ito. 10 degrees. Okay, ulitin ko ha. Kung 10 yun, therefore 90 degrees yan, so 80 na lang to. Okay, 80 yan, alam natin 90 yun, no? So 80 plus 90, that is 170. So alam naman natin, I think I've discussed before, that ang area, ang angle, summation ng angles ng triangle, internal angle sa loob, is equal to 180. So may 170 ka na doon, 10 na lang yung nandun sa baba. Okay? Or, pwede natin sabihin na yung depression mo, kasi this is parallel na parallel yung dalawa, depression mo is equal to your elevation. So, kung 10 yun, 10 yun. Kasi reference mo is a parallel line. Okay. So, try to solve it using yung isang solution. Purin ko muna to ha. Paliwanag natin yung isang solution. Tingnan natin pareho wala yung answer na lalabas. Okay, o yung formula. So, ito yung 10 degrees mo. Tingnan ko. Kung 10 yun, gawin natin 10 yun. So, na-prove ko naman na kung bakit yung angle of depression mo is equal to angle of elevation. Kasi kung 10 yun, 80 to, plus 90, therefore 10 na lang yun. So, dito tayo. So, hinahanap natin ngayon ulit is yung distance. Yun. Okay. So, triangle naman na gagamitin is itong triangle sa baba. Okay, so pareho lang yung makukuha mo naman answer doon kahit different yung way of analyzing mo sa illustration. Okay, pareho lang lalabas. Okay, so 10 degrees so gagamitin natin ngayon. I repeat ha, maliwanag sa muna ko yung 10 degrees na yan. Okay, so 10 angle opposite hypotenuse. Siya pa rin. By side pa rin. So sine of 10 degrees equal to your opposite side na 250 divided by your hypotenuse na d. So pareho pa rin ang solution na lalabas. Although mas madali ito, wala ka nang illustrate pang iba. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yung angle of depression mo na to is also equal to your angle of elevation. Okay, repeat ha. Dito ang depression, hindi dito. Kasi kailangan mo ng horizontal na reference line. Okay, so the answer is 1,439.69 feet. Yes. Okay, now, let's try the final problem. Share it again. Okay. So the fourth problem states that from a window 30 feet above the ground, okay, a building 10 feet high, distance of 200 feet is observed. Okay, so sa isang window daw, siguro sa isang building din nakatapat niya, ang taas ng window is 30 feet above the ground. Merong isang building na katapat niya, which is the height niya is 100 feet, and ang layo niya is 200 feet. Find the angle of elevation of the top of the building and the angle of depression of the base. So, angles ang hinahanap. Dalawang angles ang hinahanap. Okay. So, I'll remove the share tray. So, sabi sa problem, kasya dito na lang yung solution ko mamaya. Okay, to fit. So, let's say this is your ground ulit. Okay, so you have two buildings. Yung isang building, di sinabi ano yung height niya. No? So, may building ka dito. Ano may building ka dito? Okay. So, you have two buildings here. One has a height of 100 feet. Okay, so lagi lang natin yan. So, ito yung taas ng building mo. Ayan, siguro across the road. Okay, so this is 100 feet. So, 100 feet. Linawin lang natin. Okay, 100 feet. Okay. Now, doon sa isang side naman ng building, merong window. Okay. Now, yung window mo has a height of 30 feet. So, ito yung bintana mo sa kabila. Actually, parang ikaw yung nandito, ikaw tumitingin. Okay. So, meron kang window dyan. Ang height niya ay 30 feet. So, the distance from building to building is 200 feet. Okay. So, ito, extend natin. So, ulit yung problem, ha? At a window, so may window dyan, may window, okay? Ang taas niya is 30 feet from the ground. May in-observe kang isang building, ang building, ang taas niya is 100 feet. At ang layo ng building na yon ay 200 feet from you. Okay, kung ikaw yung tumitingin. Ang layo ng building is 200 feet. Okay, so yan ang layo niya, no? 200 feet. Okay. Ang tinatanong, ano daw ang angle of elevation? Yun, yan, pataas tayo, ha? Taas siya. Angle of elevation sa taas ng building at angle of depression sa base ng building. It's quite hard to write. Slippery ito. Okay, ulitin ko lang yung problem, ha? So, sabi niya, nag-route to. Okay? So, sabi niya, at ang window, so kunwari ako yung nasa window na to, ang taas ng window is 30 feet from the ground. So, ayan, 30 feet. Now, 200 feet from that building, may in-observe kang isang building pa, na ang taas niya ay 100 feet. Okay? So, kung nandito kang tinatanong, anong angle of elevation nung ibabaw ng building? Gawin natin theta. Yun, angle of elevation. Ito yung reference mo, horizontal line, ha? And yung angle of depression, which is, gawin natin beta. Okay? So, dalawang triangles ang pinag-usapan. First, yung sa ibabaw, kunin natin yung angle of elevation, pataas siya, and yung angle of depression naman sa baba. Okay, so ganyan lang naman yung problem. Okay? Now, try to read the problem again and analyze how I illustrated it. Okay, para hindi kayo malito. Okay? So, now, let's solve. Unahin natin itong triangle A. I-solve natin yung angle na yon. Okay. So, you're looking for the angle. Meron kang 100. Okay, 100 na is your opposite side. Okay. And then, meron ka rin 200. We're talking about this triangle, ha? Sa taas. Okay? So, 200 dito is your adjacent side ng angle. Okay, so it is O and A. To what? That is tangent. Okay, so tangent na gagamitin natin. Okay, so tangent of theta is equal to our opposite side, which is hindi 100. Okay, kasi dito ka lang eh. Tama, hindi 100 gagamitin mo. Ito is equal to 70 lang. Okay, kasi may 30 ka na dun eh. So, dito yung 30. So, triangle mo sa ibabaw, 200 ang distance niya, pero ang height niya is only 70 kasi kabuuan niya is 100. But, yung line of sight mo ay ang taas niya is 30. So, 70 lang matitira dun sa taas, hindi 100. Okay? So, opposite side is 70 feet divided by your adjacent side na 200. 100. So, canceling yung unit ng feet, matira sa atin is degree na lang. Okay? So, theta now is equal to our arctangent or tangent raised to negative 1, 70 divided by 200 or 7 divided by 20. Okay, so let's solve for theta. So, theta now is arctangent. So, tangent raised to negative 1. That is 70 divided by 2. Okay, so we have your theta now is equal to 19 degrees, 17 minutes, 24.17 seconds. So, yan yung theta natin. Okay. Now, let's solve for the other one. Let's solve for beta. Okay. Now, walang problema, no? Kasi siya rin eh. Angle, opposite, adjacent. Kasi yung dalawang problem, walang hypotenuse eh. Wala kang dito, hindi mo hinahanap yan. Wala kang given. Ito rin yung hypotenuse ng triangle sa baba. So, wala silang value. Di ba? Ang sine and cosine is kailangan ng hypotenuse. So, ibig sabihin, wala ka namang hinahanap na hypotenuse at wala rin given na hypotenuse. So, isa lang matitira sa'yo na pwedeng solution, which is tangent lang. Okay? So, in this case, sa beta naman, ang tangent mo naman, ang opposite mo is 30 and ang adjacent mo is 200. So, tangent of beta is equal to your opposite side, which is 30 feet, divided by your adjacent na 200 feet. So, let me cancel the unit of feet. So, beta now is, kita ba ba? So, kita na. So, beta now is equal to your tangent raised to negative 1 or arctangent, 30 divided by 200. Okay. So, beta now is equal to shift tangent. So, that is tangent raised to negative 1. This is 30 divided by 200. Those. So, it is, mas maliit siya, obviously. 8 degrees lang siya. So, 8 degrees, 31 minutes, and 50.76. Ayan. So, tingnan natin yung sagot natin. No? And you could analyze kung tama yung answer mo din. So, yung theta mo, Pareho sila kasi ng adjacent. Okay, side 200. So, yung opposite side ng theta mo is 70, which is 19 degrees siya, 19 degrees and so on. Now, ito is only 30. So, dapat yung angle na beta should be smaller than theta. So, tingnan natin ngayon. So, ang 30 mo, kung dodoblin mo yan, it's only 60. So, malaki pa rin itong 70 sa 60. So, ibig sabihin, pag dinoble natin yung 8 degrees, it's only 16. So, ibig sabihin nun, mas malaki pa dapat 60 degrees dahil 70 yun, kaya 19 yan. Okay, so ulitin ko lang, no, analyze lang kung tama yung answer mo. Ipa-analyze ka agad din. Okay, so ang theta mo should be greater than beta. That is clear, maliwanag yun. So, mas malaki naman talaga yung theta sa beta. So, makita mo, tama, mas malaki siya. Pero pwede mo rin compare yung values nila kung tama. So, kung makita mo rito 30 at saka 70. So, mali yung 30. If you double 30, 60 siya. So, ibig sabihin, mas malaki pa rin yung 70 ng konti sa 60. Okay. So, yung 30 mo, yun, 8 siya. So, if you double 30, malamang this will become around 16 degrees. Okay. So, kung 16 yan, therefore, mas malaki pa rin to 19 kasi 60 lang to 70 yun. So, mas malaki pa rin ng konti. So, parang ganun yung analyze yung answer mo kung tama o mali. Okay? So, I think this. So, kindly watch the video, continue mag-gets, okay, in preparation for the exams this coming week. Okay, so I think I sent 2 videos na. Okay, but we will not be discussing yung east, west, south muna. Anyway, nasa video naman na siya. So, I think that's all. Kindly review the problem. Kindly check your answers there for problems number 1, number 2. If you try to solve the problem, I think only 9 out of 15 tried it. So, paano ba yan? Okay, so pagdating sa test is problema is analysis and illustration. Okay, so I think that's all. And I'll see you again on the next video. Okay. So again, good afternoon to